I don't think we understand the significance of the fact that we have two icons of not just music but black music, okay, at almost 80 years old, who can still sing. And they can't just still sing, they can sing half these other heifers under the table that's half their age or a quarter their age. It's some of these 19, 20, 21-year-old girls out here in this industry who can't sing with a band, they can't sing live, they don't got no breath support. And if you put them on stage with a Patti LaBelle or a Gladys Knight or a Tina Turner, and Tina Turner like 117 years old, or Shaka Khan, hell, you could probably dig Aretha Franklin up. She would still out sing them from the grave, you know. And these women have a certain grit and style, not to mention the fact that they set the blueprint for a lot of the artists that we see now. And I think it's a huge deal that we get to see these two women in a versus battle, okay? Versus has become a celebration of the culture. It's where artists come together, similar artists, they come together and they play the best and the most significant cuts of their catalogs up against each other. And in some cases, they're there because they genuinely are beefing with each other. For instance, when we tuned in and a million people, over a million people tuned in to see Brandy and Monica. Yes, we were there because we wanted to celebrate the 90s. Yes, both of those women have outstanding catalogs, music catalogs that have been the soundtrack of so many parts of our lives. But low key, we were also waiting for Monica to knock the shit out of Brandy. Because I don't know about y'all, but when they stood up to dance a couple times, my butt cheeks clenched up because I got scared. And you could feel the tension coming through the phone. So there was that. Then you just had like that whole sister girl vibe with Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. They may have had some slight beef, but I think it was just more things weren't so clear, and then that versus cleared everything up for them from what I hear. I don't know, but I thought that their versus was one of the best. And now you have these two women, these two R&B icons, Patti LaBelle, with songs like Somebody Loves You, Baby, Love, Need, and Want You, If Only You Knew, Lady Marmalade, You Are My Friend, all these songs that she has. And those are just some of the ones that people know. I'm a huge Patti LaBelle fan, so I can tell you some of her other cuts that not so many people know. And then there's Gladys Knight with Midnight Train to Georgia, on and on. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye. These women have hits. And in addition to these just being overall hits, these are hits that our grandparents listen to, that our parents listen to. And even folks in my age group, in their mid-30s, we grew up cleaning the house to this stuff. That's how a lot of us were introduced to it, Or when our mamas had a new man in her life, she would go ahead on and she would put that Patti LaBelle Someone Like You record, or It's a Joy to Have Your Love, We heard this stuff growing up. And as a black gay man going through coming out, going through relationship difficulties, breakups, romances, all sorts of things. Yeah, I listen to Mary J. Blige and Toni Braxton and Whitney and Mariah and Janet, but I also listen to Shaka Khan. I also listen to Aretha Franklin. I also listen to Anita Baker and Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight. And I would go even further and say that a lot of the gay men in my age group, and of course the older ones, were very instrumental in helping keeping these women's career alive. Because we relate to it so much. And again, it's been the soundtrack. It's been the soundtrack to a lot of our births. I'm scared to ask my mama what song they had on when they was doing it to make me, because if it was one of them Patti LaBelle songs I'm gonna scream. Be like, yeah, we did the Lady Marmalade for you. I'd be like, oh Lord, Jesus, it would just scare me. I would listen to that song a whole lot different, But I'm very happy to see this happening. I hope that some of the Generation Zs, I think that's what they're called. I hope they tune in. I hope people who are in my generation who don't understand how greatly these women have contributed to the culture do tune in, because these women aren't going to necessarily, they're not going to bring a beef. In fact, Patti and Gladys are both really good friends. But I think that they're going to use it again as one of those opportunities to love on each other just as black women. It's going to be a celebration of how they've managed to stay relevant in the music industry for over 50, 60 years, because these women are close to 80 years old. I also know they're going to be sharing some stories that a lot of us need to hear, because again, these are our elders. They've seen things in the entertainment business that we need to talk about more, perhaps survive things that many of us now are unaware of. So it's just gonna be good to see. You know, they're gonna throw some shade at somebody. It's gonna be good, and overall, we're just gonna get to see how greatly these women have contributed to our culture as black R&B artists. We're also gonna get to see just how much they've really impacted our lives through song. I low key would have loved to see Patti LaBelle up against Diana Ross. I think personality wise, she could absolutely compete with Miss Ross. But as far as hits, and I love Patti. Patti's my favorite, but I don't know if she could see Miss Ross with the hits now. I don't know about that part. Personality wise, she'd have shut it down. Even with Aretha, you know, because they tried to say that Patti and Aretha had something going on. I don't know if Patti would have been able to see Aretha with the hits, but singing, vocally, even at her age, Patti can still out sing everybody. And I'm just happy to see this. So let me know what y'all thoughts are. I'm Team Patti, even though I love both women very much. I've worked with and been around both of them. But I'm Team Patti, and I can't wait to see it. You know they both gonna be fly. Y'all gonna have to help y'all grandmamas and aunties set up the Apple and the Instagrams and all that type of stuff. But it's gonna be one for the culture, and I'm so excited that we get to celebrate these women, and that we get another event that just celebrates our arts history in such a tremendous way. So again, I'm Team Patti. Let me know who y'all are rooting for, what y'all favorite Patti and Gladys songs are, and what y'all think about it. How has music impacted your life, either as a black person or as a black gay person or as a woman? Because we get all sorts of people who watch this channel. But yeah, that's all I got to say. So let me know your thoughts. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, what are you waiting on? Go follow me on Instagram at Samson McCormick. And I'll see y'all next time.